If you string a series of attitudes together, you create a belief. When you know that you know how to do something, you're on your way to mastering it. When compassion becomes unconditionally ordinary and familiar for you, you have progressed from knowledge to experience to wisdom. If you can't get beyond your stresses, your problems, and your pain, you can't create a new future where those things don't exist. When you chose to prove to yourself how powerful you really are, you have no idea who you will be helping in the future. By intentionally choosing to feel the elevated emotions of the heart rather than waiting for something outside of yourself to elicit those emotions, you become who you are truly meant to be, a heart-empowered individual. If you focus on the known, you get the known. If you focus on the unknown, you create a possibility. If you were to start investing your attention and energy into the unknown, your body would then be able to follow your mind into the unknown, a new experience in your future. You take your attention off your past present reality or your predictable future reality. You are calling energy back to you and building your own electromagnetic field. Now you have available energy to heal yourself or to create a new experience in your life. Just as thoughts are the language of the brain, feelings are the language of the body. And how you think and how you feel create a state of being. When you string a succession of thoughts and feelings together so that they ultimately become habituated or automatic, they form an attitude. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful. Choose yours wisely. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions for increasing your level of suggestibility. The hardest part about change is not making the same choices you made the day before. Through contemplation and self-reflection, we can become aware of our unconscious scripts. When you add beliefs together, you create a perception. Your perceptions have everything to do with the choices you make, the behaviors you exhibit, the relationships you chose, and the realities you create. If we have very strong beliefs about something, evidence to the contrary could be sitting right in front of us, but we may not see it because what we perceive is entirely different. Frontal lobe is the CEO of the brain. The rest of the brain is just past programming. Stop telling the story of your past and start telling the story of your future. Our attention brings everything to life and makes real what was previously unnoticed or unreal. If you're not being defined by a vision of the future, then you're left with the old memories of the past. Then it's no longer that your personality is creating your personal reality. Your personal reality is creating your personality. Every time we have a thought, we make a chemical. If we have good thoughts, we make chemicals that make us feel good. And if we have negative thoughts, we make chemicals that make us feel exactly the way we are thinking. Like feeding a plant or a garden, tend to your future every single day. And the delight that comes with that vision causes the brain to literally change over time. You have to feel empowered for your success to show up. You have to feel abundant for your wealth to find you. You have to feel gratitude to create the life that you want. It's not enough to just meditate on wholeness and oneness for this planet. It's going to require all of us to demonstrate it in all areas of our life. at the change we want to see in the world has to first start with ourselves. When you love yourself and all of life, you'll create an equal. Now you're causing an effect. That's the difference between living as a victim, saying, I am this way because of this person or that thing or this experience. They made me think and feel this way. When you switch that around, you become the creator of your world. Learning is forming new connections in the brain, and memory is maintaining, sustaining those connections. Think of it this way. The input remains the same, so the output has to remain the same. How, then, can you ever create anything new? Like clay, the energy of infinite possibilities is shaped by consciousness, your mind. Instead of living by cause and effect, let's learn how to cause an effect. If we want to be a new person or exhibit new behaviors, we shouldn't limit ourselves to what we have previously stored in our brain. If you want to become someone else, you gotta become aware of who you are. That means you got to think about what you've been thinking about. You've got to start paying attention to how you speak. You've got to be conscious, self-aware. The moment you start feeling abundant and worthy, you are generating wealth. The moment you're empowered and feel it, you're beginning to step toward your success. We are creatures of habit. We think somewhere between 60,000 to 70,000 thoughts in one day, and 90% of those thoughts are exactly the same ones we had the day before. As long as we are living by the hormones of stress, we are living as a materialist, because the hormones of stress cause us to believe that the outer world is more real than the inner world. A memory without the emotional charge is called wisdom. Meditating is also a means for you to move beyond your analytical mind so that you can access your subconscious mind. That's crucial, since the subconscious is where all your bad habits and behaviors that you want to change reside. So, if we want to change some aspect of our reality, we have to think, feel, and act in new ways. We have to be different in terms of our responses to experiences. We have to become someone else. We have to create a new state of mind. We need to observe a new outcome with that new mind. The latest research supports the notion that we have a natural ability to change the brain and body by thought alone, so that it looks biologically like some future event has already happened. Because you can make thought more real than anything else, you can change who you are from brain cell to gene, given the right understanding. We've in fact conditioned ourselves to believe all sorts of things that aren't necessarily true, and many of these things are having a negative impact on our health and happiness.